Every morning, in a small apartment that felt way too big for just one person, a man named Leo would perform the same quiet ritual. He'd stand in front of his bathroom mirror, and a critic would show up. This critic was absolutely ruthless. He'd point out the tiredness in Leo's eyes and call it laziness. He'd notice a new wrinkle and call it decay. He'd replay every single awkward conversation from the day before and label Leo a complete fraud. They probably only hired you out of pity. The critic would whisper as Leo tied his tie. She only said yes because she felt sorry for you. It would hiss as he checked his phone for a text that never came. Leo didn't know it yet, but this critic had a name. It was his own voice. Life on the outside was fine, but on the inside, Leo was living in a house of whispers, and each one was chipping away at his confidence. He felt totally stuck, just watching life happen to other people from behind some kind of glass wall. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. He'd spent weeks on a project proposal, only to have his manager point out a crucial flaw in 5 minutes. The critic erupted. "See, useless. I knew you'd miss something. You always do." That night, Leo called his older sister, Maya, the one person who always seemed to have her life completely together. "May," he sighed, "I feel like my own brain is trying to sabotage me." Maya was quiet for a moment. Then she told him a story he'd totally forgotten. "Remember when you were learning to ride your bike? You fell off so many times, but you know what you never said? I'm a failure at bikes. You'd just get up and say, 'Next time, I'll balance better.'" She paused. "When did you stop being your own coach and become your own bully?" She gave him a challenge. "For 30 days, I want you to go to the mirror and give yourself one piece of the encouragement you'd give to me or to your best friend. Just one sentence, out loud." Leo laughed. "That sounds ridiculous." "It's only ridiculous," Maya said, "because you've never done it." So, day 1 began. Leo stood before the mirror. The critic was ready. "This is stupid." "You look stupid." He took a breath. "You got this." It felt hollow. A lie wrapped in a cliche. The critic scoffed. Day 3 was a little better. "That thing you said in the meeting yesterday wasn't stupid. It was a low bar, but it was something." The first week was a battle. Some days he'd mumble the words and just rush out. Other days he'd just stare, the kindness stuck in his throat, choked by the critic's familiar presence. But around day 12, a shift happened. Leo had a genuinely good day at work. He solved a complex problem. That evening, he looked in the mirror and, for the first time, it wasn't a struggle. "Hey," he said, "you were pretty sharp today," and a small, genuine smile touched his lips. The person in the mirror smiled back. It was like a crack of light shining under a heavy door. He started to notice the critic's voice less in his daily life. When he spilled coffee on his shirt, the immediate thought wasn't "you clumsy idiot," but a much calmer, "All right, let's just clean this up." The voice from the mirror was starting to leak out into the real world. Day 20. He looked at himself, really looked. He saw the tired eyes, but for the first time, he saw them as a sign of hard work, not failure. "You're doing the best you can," he said, "and that is enough," and for a fleeting second, he believed it. The true test came on day 29, the biggest presentation of his career. In the bathroom of the conference center, his hands were shaking. The critic was back, screaming his greatest hits. "You're going to forget everything. They'll see you're a fake. You're going to humiliate yourself." Leo's heart hammered against his ribs. He felt that old panic rising. Then, he did what he'd trained for 29 days to do. He looked up, caught his own fearful gaze in the mirror, and took a deep breath. "You are prepared," he said, his voice steady and low. "You are knowledgeable, and you have earned your place in that room. Now go be an ally to yourself, not an enemy." He didn't just give a presentation that day, he owned it. He wasn't perfect, he stumbled on a word, his clicker jammed, but the old spiral of self-hatred never even began. The voice from the mirror was louder now, a steady drumbeat of support. On day 30, Leo stood before his mirror. There was no critic. There was just a man, a little tired, a little weathered, but with a light in his eyes that hadn't been there a month before. He didn't need a pre-planned line. He looked at his reflection, his lie, and simply said, "It's good to see you." Leo's life didn't become perfect overnight, but the House of Whispers had been renovated into a home of quiet confidence. He learned the most profound lesson we all must. The conversation you have with yourself in the mirror sets the tone for every other conversation you have in the world. When you stop being a critic and start being a coach, you don't just change your reflection. You change your entire reality. So, who's talking to you in your mirror? And more importantly, what are you going to say back? Your 30-day challenge starts now. Look yourself in the eye, say one kind, true thing, and repeat. Thanks for watching, and if you want more stories about winning the battle within, be sure to subscribe.